Hi, I'm Craig, film enjoyer, and a little bit of one of the films this week is Witness. I've got a little bit of Witness-esque trivia for you. Did you know that Tyler is now on his 20th year of Rumspringa? He's never ever going back. I think he heard Limp Bizkit in like a gas station on the first day of Rumspringa, and they were never getting him back.
What the fuck is Rumspringer?
It's Amish people when they turn 18, I think,
Ah,
get to
okay.
go
It's the like
off
wild
and
year
party.
out, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sent into the new metal world to possibly come back, possibly not. You'd look good in that outfit, though, T.
I mean, I'd be down to rock that beard.
You have a cool hat.
I can't grow a beard, so but I can try. And that hat.
Tyler started off his journey with a big hat and beard, being like, I just keep my wagon rolling. Oh! And then it suddenly turns into full Fred Durst get up.
I'm Tyler Hosley, apparently Amish now. And look at this photograph. Every time I do, it makes me laugh.
I'm Kevin Matthews, Scottish film fan living in England, and this week I watched a film that was billed as a comedy, and I am not exaggerating when I say that I would have probably laughed more if I'd finally got around to watching Schindler's List instead.
Wow. I'm Dave Gray, and I guess I don't sweep this week. And this is Raiders of the Podcast. Yay.
Woo.
Oh, I have some exciting news before I move on, guys. Do you want to hear it?
Oh, yeah, always.
Yeah.
So after bribing him with programming the special this month, I reached out to our friend Linus Fitness Center and I said, hey, I'm getting really tired of being bullied by false copyright strikes. Could you do a theme song for us? And he went, yes, I can. And here it is.
Woo.
Was that not amazing?
Beautiful. Tears rolling down my cheek and down my shaft.
As it should.
It's enough to make me forgive him for these years that I've mentioned before of me assuming his name is either Linus or he is a fitness trainer. It's still really difficult for me to comprehend.
I had his real name once. That's key information, but I can't remember it. I'm sorry.
He's all those things and more.
It's true.
I mean, I do like Linus. He took his dog to see Superman in a dog screening. I wish I had fucking I've never been more jealous of any. Anyway, this week I saw so I learned that the Arrow streaming service is here in the States also, so I got myself a little trial. I'll probably sign up for a couple months too. I watched Vice Academy, which is kind of like Police Squad if it were all women and much pornier. It's one of those things. I remember watching it as a kid on USA Up All Night. I didn't remember anything else about it except for that. So it stars Linnea Quigley and Ginger Lynn, and it is a film I have now seen. So yay for that. And the thing is, all 6 of them are on are on Arrow, and I'll probably end up watching at least one more. It wasn't funny enough, and it wasn't soft, breasty enough. So I'll see how they develop. Maybe I'll just skip to the end and see how it ends. Which one do they fix, the nudity or the comedy? I have a feeling I know which one.
I remember right, Dave, and I may be misremembering. I think I enjoyed the second one a bit more. I think it was a little bit funnier, but it may have been the
Yeah.
increased nudity. I can't remember now at this point.
It could be. I know Ginger Lynn and Linnea Quigley don't make it past. I think they're both gone by the third one, which, since they're the only reason to watch it, maybe I'll just watch the second one and then forget the others happened. But I will watch at least one more because, again, for my youth, they like USA showed them every other week, and Up All Night was like my go-to for movies. That introduced me to so many cheesy shit I love now, like Trauma and all that. It's it's a soft spot, even though I know it's terrible objectively. I watched the
Kids
movie
these days
Drop.
have no idea what like when we were young, just staying up watching random channels in the middle of the night, just hoping to see one breast.
Yeah,
Just a briefest shot of one breast in something. For us, it was Eurotrash, wasn't it, Kevin? In the UK.
Eurotrash for all, yeah, and eventually, I know I was a bit older, but you got that 10-minute free view of the adult channels.
Yes. Now
And
those
they were all
get
teased, they were
sometimes
all
too, yeah.
sizzle, no steak.
Indeed.
Just yeah. I watched Drop, which I believe you guys warned me away from, but I watched it anyway because I thought the trailer looked fun, and I hated that.
Yeah.
I hated that a lot. I guess I will say
Terrible.
that I think the lead Megan Fahey, I think is her name. I did not write it down. Yes. I thought she was okay for what she was given, but it kind of sucked. And all these people are like, it's Hitchcockian and clever, but it's not. It's not clever at
No.
all. It's overdone. Like we've seen all this shit done a billion times and done better each and every one of those billion times. It is absolutely terrible. I was shocked to learn it was directed by Christopher Landon. Usually, even his worst stuff, you can get some enjoyment out of somewhere, but this was awful. Then I saw it was written by I brain farted on their names. It was written by
Linus
Gillian
Fitness Center.
Jacobs. Gillian
No,
Jacobs.
not
and
my Gillian
Christopher-
Jacobs.
No,
though.
Gillian with a J. Jacobs.
Yeah.
And Christopher Roach. They are Blumhouse writers. They have written some of the worst things I've ever seen from Blumhouse, including Fantasy Island and Truth or Dare, and now Drop.
I
They
imagine
are
with
just
Landon, he got quietly booted from the new Scream and was just at a loose end, and they probably just Blumhouse sort of
yeah. It
do this for us.
seems something happened. Yeah, it was bad. I watched Zombie on Sale, which I loved. It's a Korean horror comedy about a family that finds a pharmaceutical zombie and decide to profit off it. And it goes about as you would expect. I really liked it. I would definitely give it a 7. Maybe even a 7.5. It had a really
Ooh.
sweet core. I liked most of the cast. I really enjoyed Ji-won and Lee So-kyung. I'm so sorry for butchering both those names. The two main female actors, they carried quite a bit of it. Jung Jae-young and Kim Nam-gil were both really good also, but they're usually pretty solid when they pop up. Speaking of Korean stuff, Killa made me watch K-pop Demon Hunters, which I did not like at all. Because it did all the things I dislike, which was just stick to cliche nothing and not do anything interesting. Like, it's decently animated, and I really like the voice cast. Arden Cho, crap. I need to write things down. Mei Hong and Hoist So Up was the main male antagonist, and Ji Young Yu, I think. I'm sorry. They're all really good. You know, they give the best performances they can with what they're given. They're just not given anything to work with. It's just, I think kids deserve better than just lazy generic stuff, and it's just tragically lazy generic stuff. Like, everything is beat by beat, predictable and uninteresting. And again, my niece liked it, so it did its job. Kids deserve better. They deserve better thought out things, and we all deserve better because Sony backburnered the third Spider-Man movie to give this more of a push because they were late delivering it to Netflix, and you know, we all would have preferred the third Spider-Verse movie. I said it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, come on. And I capped off the week with Heretic, which I was looking forward to because again, I like the trailer. And again, I did not like it. It's dumb, and not like fun dumb, but like Reddit argument dumb. It's written and directed by Scott Beck and Brian Woods. They also wrote A Quiet Place. They wrote and directed Haunt, which I haven't seen. I've heard mixed things about.
Oh, I liked Haunt.
Okay. They
But
also
it wasn't great. It wasn't particularly good even. I just liked it.
Yeah, they also
what I
wrote
mean?
and directed 65, which I know Tyler really liked. I didn't like it nearly as much, but it was better than this. It's got the same problem as A Quiet Place, where they literally, again, they just went on Reddit, they Googled their title, and then like the most thought and research they put into anything was whatever the first like 6 thread titles they read were. Because like it's just it's just painful. It's just painfully surface, painfully I am very smart, and painful internet atheist stuff. And speaking as an internet atheist, it really just like I deserve better and more thoughtful entertainment than this. But I will say I do think Hugh Grant, Sophie Thatcher, and Chloe East both did excellent jobs. They did some heavy lifting for absolute shit. Because it's just simplistic twaddle, and it's gonna get a lot of love because it was made by A24, and A24 is like the studio of the moment right now. But it doesn't engage religion in good faith. It doesn't engage atheism in good faith. It doesn't even engage his story about monopoly in good faith. It's just lazy shit. And it's a shame. It's a shame because maybe in the hands of better director or someone else took a pass at the script, they could have pulled something good out, but they didn't. Instead, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of time with a lot of stupid people doing stupid things.
After getting confused last week and thinking I'd seen some Jane Mansfield films and then realizing I hadn't, because it's not Jane Mansfield in Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, it is Jane Russell.
Jane Russell, yes, sir.
I settled down. I watched a Jane Mansfield film. I watched A Girl Can't Help It. It was fun. It was a showcase for all these different rock and roll acts in there as well. And then Jane Mansfield being lovely Jane Mansfield. So that was good. Finally marked one off the list. That was fine. It wasn't your choice this week that I was complaining about, Dave. I took one for the team and watched Heads of State. The
Why?
latest Prime Video
Like,
film billed as an action comedy.
I keep telling you guys to love yourselves more, and you should love yourselves more.
Yes, and it's they put these films on Netflix and Amazon because as you're browsing, say at the weekend or just having a quiet evening, and you'll think, we'll just watch this as an easy watch. Like, this is the kind of thing I would think, I'm not going to be overly critical. I'll see if it entertains me for a while. Didn't even work on that. Like Vicky gave up after about 20 minutes. She was like, if you want to watch the end, I'm going to sleep. And I'm sitting there raging because I know I have to watch it to the end now. So like, I can't just give up now and go to sleep. This won't beat me. It was dire. It was truly, truly dire. And there are a couple of decent moves in the action scenes. A couple. But that's it. There are no laughs. Cena's not good. Idris Elba's not good. He's just left there to be surrounded by stink. Did you know Paddy Considine was in this?
Oh,
No,
Idris was in it.
Oh,
Yeah.
poor Patty.
He's meant to be a Russian star, or just gave him a name and said, "Yeah, but you're sort of English still." Because that his accent was wild. Carlo Gugino's in there, wasted. Stephen Root's wasted. Sarah Niles and Richard Coyle are in there, just wasted. It was horrendous. Really,
Each new Idris Elba film is just like watching someone fail to resuscitate him.
yeah.
It's horrible. It keeps happening, and he's so much better. But I don't know what happened to his career. It's awful.
It's another one of those films where if you rant about it and say how bad it is, people are just like, it was just mindless fun. It worked for me. Like, no, don't settle for that. I try not to use this criticism a lot because I think it's sort of a default critique and it's quite lazy. But there are some films for the streaming services you can tell were not necessarily put together by AI or by algorithms, but certainly planned around those. You've got the stars, you've got the action comedy which sells well, you've got the locations which to me there were a couple of bits that I thought were familiar. I'm like, where have I seen this place before? Now I may be wrong, but it kind of reminded me of some of the locations in the Mr. and Mrs. Smith series, which was on Amazon. So I don't know if they're like doing a load of filming while they're in the same place. And then you've got all the supporting cast like plucked from a hat full of decent names that would lure people in. And every 20 minutes or so, you get, an action bit, which was better than the non-action bits. I like him anyway, but it's a film in which Jack Quaid is pretty much the only highlight. So, make of that what you will. In much better news, I watched Incoming, which is a modern teen comedy along the lines of stuff we've seen over the years, but actually done really well and given that slightly better and more carefully aware sheen that some of the better teen comedies of late can have. Incoming is a lot of fun. I know Tyler enjoyed it because I checked with him. There are a couple of gross out moments that are great. There are just lots of laughs, and I would tentatively recommend it to you as well, Craig, because it has a couple of scenes for, is it Caitlin Olsen?
Oh yeah, from Always Sunny.
Yeah, it's almost like almost like bookends because she's the mum, but she's quite funny as the mum because that can be the role of the parent in these teen movies. So I like that. I watched.
What was it on?
That was on Netflix. Sorry.
All right.
On there, and standard stuff. Feel good stuff for young teenagers wanting to do well, but it's also got a really funny turn from. I always want to mispronounce his name. Bobby Cannavale.
Oh yeah, yeah, I
Yes.
like him too.
That's it.
Yeah. He's a sort of down on his luck teacher. The kid's like, come to our party. He's like, no. He's like, maybe just one. Ah, you kids. So that's pretty good fun. I finally watched I'm going to call it infamous, considering the plot. 1981 sci-fi, not sci-fi, just horror, but rapey horror. Incubus. Have you seen Incubus?
Yeah.
No.
I keep calling it a sci-fi horror because it reminded me of the likes of Extra, and there's something else that's about. But this is a film that has a lot of scenes of law enforcement discussing the amount of damage done to female victims and the sheer amount of semen. And at one point, someone drags along a young man to say, you've been having these nightmares, it could be visions linked to the murders. We're going to need a sample from you now. And loads of people are gathered round waiting for him to deliver his sample. It's it's bonkers. It was pretty good. You've all
It's
seen
based on a
Action?
book, and the
Oh,
book is
of
even
course it
more.
is. You know what it felt like, actually? It felt like a sort of Richard Lehman book. He did those, was it Hell House? Or like Midnight House books and all. There's like rapey monsters at the bottom of some creepy
Oh,
house.
yeah.
Like he did quite a few on the same theme, which I enjoyed reading as a teen. And as I got older, it was like, did he write these as a teen? It's the very, very basic sex and carnage.
Nice.
You were all ahead of me and watched Action Jackson years ago, didn't you?
I mean, if the 90s count as years ago.
Yeah. I mean, Action Jackson is kind of amazing. I sort of loved it, and I can't believe it took me this long to get round to it. I bought it for about $2.99 on Apple a few weeks ago. And then Homework Time was more Harrison Ford, but also leading on from Galaxy Quest, I wanted more Sigourney Weaver in my life, and went for 1988's Working Girl, which is very good fun. When was the last time you watched Working Girl?
Never.
I don't know. It's been
It's been a while. I've
long,
seen it,
long
but it's been a
time.
while.
I recommend it. It's really the secret of my success, isn't it? But instead of Michael J. Fox getting it on with his aunt, it's Melanie Griffith getting it on with Harrison Ford. And that's it's good fun. Sigourney Weaver's great being the potential douchebag in it. And it was wonderfully 80s. And really good to watch. Like with this and Witness, I'll talk more on it later, but like Melanie Griffith and Kelly McGillis, they are, they're women in lead roles who feel like natural and beautiful women who aren't sort of twisted and reshaped in a way that has to be standardized for every blockbuster leading lady, which seems to be the case of late. I'm maybe just looking through nostalgia glasses. Anyway, that's me.
I watched Never Let Go, the new Alexandre Aja Halle Berry movie. It's really good. Berry is fucking great in it. I completely lost Halle Berry in this role. Like I can't praise her enough in this. She's so good. It's probably her best performance since something like Monsters Ball, and I really like her in almost everything I've seen her in. She's really good in this. Like really good. There is a scene I can't spoil anything, but there's a scene involving the family dog that made me so fucking anxious. I almost couldn't take it. Like I almost had to turn it off. I couldn't take it. Um, but yeah, go watch it if you haven't seen it. It's really good. Really, really good. And besides that, just more TV. I finished all 3 seasons of White Lotus, and that was really solid all the way through. If I had to pick a favorite season, I'd probably go with season 2, not because there's a subplot involving sex workers, or maybe it is. I'll never tell. Season 3 had Walton Goggins though, who's just always amazing, and that girl from Sex Education, what's the hell, Amy Lou something, I forgot her name, but yes, I
yeah,
love
Amy
her,
Lou
and she's
Wood.
really good in this. But yeah, all seasons are really good. Like, if you haven't seen White Lotus, I say check it out. It's a really good show, and like it's got really short seasons. Like I think season 1 and 2 only had like 7 episodes each. So that's me.
I've seen the first 2, but I haven't seen the third. And what's got me wanting to. I didn't particularly like the second one, which put me off watching the third one. But I keep hearing about this scene. Walton Goggins and Sam Rockwell is
Oh
blowing
yes,
everyone's
yes,
minds.
yes. You will love that. If you like Sam Rockwell and Walton Goggins, go watch it, Craig. You'll dig it.
Nice. Okay, I will.
Buy a big tub of Crisco so you can oil yourself up properly first.
Sam Rockwell's just such a sexy little bitch, isn't he?
So's all Walton.
So
His wife was in it too.
Walton.
Leslie Bibb.
Yeah. I quite like Leslie Bibb. She's
Yeah,
she's
she's
good
really
in
good.
comedic roles. Yeah. Right. Well, I'm annoyed that I was here last week because I wanted to like you've been gone a month, Craig. You want the guys to know that you're serious. You're serious about your return to the podcast. You know, you want them to respect you. So not only did I watch Martha Girl 2 last week, I watched Martha Girl. I did a Kevin, and not only did I watch these 2 films as a double bill, one after the other. Like Martha Girl stops, I put on Martha Girl 2. That was 3+ hours of Martha Girl. First one, I didn't 100% hate it. I would say I 20% hated it. 70% unmoved and uninterested. But there was stuff that I liked. I liked the locations. I thought whoever did the location scouting did a damn good job. There are individual scenes that I liked. There's a scene about two actresses discussing losing their children. It's a really strong scene. And I really like the music. I really like the score. Dave told me this word and I've forgotten it. Diegetic?
Diegetic, yes, sir.
Diegetic, yes. I love the way I like playing music and then it will bleed through as kind of a diegetic score for the next scene. That was really well done, and the thing of that was quite well done. My issue really is just that Larry Clark's trying to make an authentic film. You can see, like, from everything what he really wants to do is painfully authentic, but then every scene that is scripted is painfully overwritten, and also he's tried to make it authentic by getting non-actors. Worst non-actors. He's got terrible non-actors. That scene I mentioned earlier, where 2 mothers are discussing the loss of their sons. You can tell, but that is ad-libbed. That whole scene, you know, it's not scripted because it's so much better than scenes that he has scripted, which just they lose any sense of authenticity. I don't know. It just I didn't get why I was meant to care about anything going on, but there were individual parts that I liked, and I didn't completely hate it. You know, I won't watch it again, but you know, I wasn't quite as horrified as I expected to be. So there you go, Tyler. And then I watched Martha 2, and Martha 2 is a weird one because I would say that on the surface, as from a technical point of view, from the filmmaking point of view, it's better than the first one in so many ways. Like, it's much prettier film. It's much more nice. It's much better shot. I don't know whether it benefits like the tone of the film to look so pretty, but there's some really nice kind of dusk cinematography. It looks really good, and the cast they're like different people. Like, I'm not going to say they're now great actors, but who's the female lead? Who is Martha?
Oh, Greg Burnett.
Yeah, she's 100 times better than she was in the first film. 100. Especially, in those later scenes, she was She really was a lot better. It's just, I don't know. I just still didn't care. And it's a shame, because if I'd cared more about the first one, I think this worked for me quite a bit. But it just, I couldn't bring myself to care. And it was too, I didn't never thought I'd say this. It was too short. It needed to everything much. And I just don't think Larry Clark had the money or really did the ideas really. It feels like a bit of a rushed project to have a project and to make a sequel and to make a few quid. But not that I'm sure. I don't know if Larry Clark ever makes a few quid in films, but there was again, Martha Girl 2, there was stuff that I liked, and like I said, the Exorcist Girl was just massive improvement, but they're not really for me. But I watched them both, Tyler. Watched them both for you. For all you guys. So well done, Craig. I got into the mood, watched American Movie, which I absolutely I cannot say how much I love this. It's the quickest I've ever rushed to Letterboxd to dish out 5 stars. Like, I was sitting down, tripped over, rushing to Letterboxd. I was just like, I cannot believe I haven't seen this film before. It is beautiful. It is very, very, it feels like a Christopher Guest film, but it's very real. It's just, sometimes when you're making a documentary, you get a great, fascinating subject, and you don't have to do a lot more than just train that camera on them, just follow them around. They are, you get gold. And it's a lot of people say, people said it was exploitative, and they were laughing at the weirdo. I get those people, because there's so much. I had so much love for the people in this film, especially Dave might know who's the guy. He died a few years back. Mike.
Not sure off the top of my head.
Yeah, I can't remember his name, but he there's just this nice, quiet little, gentle, sweet metalhead, and ADR screen film, and he just steps up to the mic, just as meek as he's been for the rest of the film, and just lets out the most horrific, like, bowel shredding shriek you've ever heard in your life. And it's just so full of beautiful little moments. Kind of imagine being the documentary maker and just capturing these moments and being, holy shit, we have fucking got something magic here. So I loved American Movie. Has everyone seen
Mike
that?
Schenk. I just remembered.
Mike Schenk.
Schenk.
He was just a beautiful human being. Just he really was wonderful.
I have.
You all seen that?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. It's wonderful. And I know you've all seen this, because apparently you covered it while I was gone, but I watched Paris is Burning, the 1990 documentary about the ballroom scene in, I think, New York. And
we did.
Yeah, that was another five-star film. That was absolutely incredible. Like, there's so many different levels you can enjoy it. You can just watch being, like, hugely creative. There's the what do they call it when they're basically doing impersonations of straight people? What do they call it? I can't remember, but it's just these people doing these really hilarious spot on impressions of straight people in their business attire or whatever. Just it's so creative and funny. You can enjoy it on the community level. The community that these each other is just really, really, really beautiful. And there's a lot going. Special documentary about how outsider cultures kind of come together and they take the American dream and purpose it for themselves in such interesting ways. Blown away by Paris is Burning. So yeah, I had an okay week followed by a really good week, and that's me.
Yay! This week we watched the 1985 neo-noir crime thriller directed by Peter Weir, Witness. and the 2022 biographical musical parody film directed by Eric Appel, Weird, the Al Yankovic Story. Hey, Craig.
Yes.
Welcome back. And could you pick a movie
Thank
and tell
you.
us about it?
Yeah, I'll go with Weird, the Al Yankovic Story. I like this one. You got to bear in mind that Al Yankovic is not known in the UK. I don't know if Kevin was hugely familiar with him, but I don't think he was much of a thing over here.
I
Do
mean,
you-
I love puns, Craig. So
Well, yeah, well, indeed. But I wasn't hugely familiar with him, so it was nice to learn so much about him in this very realistic and detailed film about his life and how he became the man he was. It's a good one. It's fun. It's funny. It's funny in funny in the Abrams Zucker kind of way. Quite a lot of that. It's funny in a mysterious stand, like stuff that shouldn't be funny is funny. Like every time, I'm almost chuckling it out. Every time Conan O'Brien as Andy Warhol, I laughed like out loud. Like I love. I don't even know why it was so funny. Maybe it's just because Conan O'Brien is the most famous ginger man in the world, dressed as the most famous white-haired man in the world. I don't, but it made me laugh every time I saw it. But what I really liked about it, like I loved the songs. Are his songs Dave, or did he make slight alterations for the
Almost
film?
all of them are just his. Yeah, they're his long-term parodies. I don't remember if he'd done a Beat on the Brat cover before this, but the rest.
See, I'm not sure if I might have a different take on it as to like compared to his long-term fans, but it felt to me like, kind of anti-comedy in the way Steve Martin used to do in the 70s. Like those songs are not funny. They're kind of not funny. Like there's no like link between this version and the other version. No, there's no satire there. I'm not even sure how much parody is there. It's just he just changes the words and they rhyme, and it's stupid. It's just so stupid, and I really like funny. But it's so not funny that it makes a 180 and just becomes really funny, cackling throughout every single song. And why am I so amused by this? The whole film was really funny, so I appreciated that. I love the cast. I mean, Daniel Radcliffe is a national treasure. He's an international treasure, and he is so fucking committed to everything that he does, no matter how silly. He's so sincere, so committed. I love him. And I loved the supporting cast. I mean, there are people like Judy, who, as far as I'm concerned, is like she's going to win 20 Oscars in her lifetime. She's a superb actress. She is going to like just end up dripping in Oscars at some point. But she shows up in this, and she's very funny. There are 1,000 cameos. Like, there's a guy Bolm he's the lead singer in Touche Amore, and I don't know why he was in there, but he was in. There's so many great cameos. I loved Evan Rachel Wood as Madonna. I thought she was so good. I really great lines. The best line is Pablo Escobar. It's just a very, very, very silly film, but I enjoyed quite. I don't really have a lot of issues with it. I would say I don't know if this was a theatrical, but visually it's kind of flat in the way that a lot of streaming films are flat, but it wasn't a big thing. And I guess because of what it is parodying, because of the subject it's parodying, it doesn't sound right. Whatever, because of the subject it's parodying, it came a little bit too close to Walk Hard at times, and it came the areas where it kind of rubbed up against Walk Hard. It didn't do what it was doing quite as well as Walk Hard. It did the unsupportive family thing, but not as well as Walk Hard did it. But generally, very few complaints. I just thought it was very, very funny and warm and silly, and Daniel Radcliffe is just a wonderful human being who I adore. So yeah, I really enjoyed this one.
Just for the record, before we move on, Weird Al Yankovic has had 4 top 100 charting songs in the UK over 30 years. No, 20 years. Sorry. But only one of his albums ever charted in the UK, and that was his last album. So there you go.
I sense there must have been a time when he was at his biggest, because when he was popping up in the Naked Gun films, they must have assumed, like, you know, everybody knows who this guy is. And so I assume there was that point in the early 90s where he was really peaking.
Well, everyone that would have gone to see The Naked Gun in the US did know who he was. So yeah. And you gotta at least you gotta go see his movie UHF. It's fantastic.
I know you're going to make us watch it, so I'll just wait
I've
until you
made
do.
them watch it already.
Oh shit! Oh right, well
Yeah.
I'll watch it then. I'll watch it on my own accord. Even
Nice.
Yeah, I
well,
mean, it's still my favorite visual pun moment ever. It just makes me laugh every single time with the supplies cupboard. It's so stupid and so funny.
Before I state my thoughts on the movie itself, let me just say I'm not a Weird Al fan. As a person, he seems great. Like, nothing wrong with him as a person. But as an artist, the music, it's not really my thing. But I think the movie is okay-ish. Daniel Radcliffe is wonderful in it, though. I mean, ever since leaving Harry Potter, dude has just been on fucking fire. And I love watching him perform. He's always great, and he's great here. He's really good in this fucking movie, like, really good.
why is he so ripped? By the way, was it for another movie? Just a weird choice he made for this one, or is he just generally ripped? I don't know.
I mean, you know, he just is.
Yeah.
I mean, it does totally embrace its silliness with its like full-on parody of music biopics. I'm going to agree with Craig here. I think Walk Hard did it better, and just I don't even really like Walk Hard that much either. But if I had to pick one musical biopic parody, I'd go with Walk Hard because I just what it's parodying. I like Johnny Cash better than Weird Al, just as a musician and an artist. So I'd probably go with that one. As a comedy, I didn't really find any of it funny. I appreciate that it just goes for its goofiness, and I always respect something for that. It just wasn't jiving with it. Rest of the cast is good. Evan Rachel Wood is good as Madonna. Rainn Wilson is fine. I like the rest of the cast. The movie's got a lot of energy, but I'm not really a fan of Weird Al's stuff. So I respect him, and if you love his shtick, you will love this movie, guaranteed. But it's worth watching for Radcliffe's performance. The dude is a treasure. The movie is meh. Great performance, though.
Fun
I
fact.
will say, sorry. No, you go first.
Okay. Daniel Radcliffe got jacked for the season 4 finale of his TV series Miracle Workers, which is also hilarious.
Oh, it's like a Mad Max parody, isn't it?
I don't actually remember offhand. It
I know
did
one
kick off
season
rumors.
was.
Yeah, I think that was the one. That was the Mad Max parody. I don't remember which one was which offhand. But it kicked off rumors he was gunning to be the new Wolverine. But, you know, then I guess they just took advantage of it, which, to be fair, if I had Harry Potter in ripped form doing my stupid movie, I would do it too.
I think with this seemed a little unbalanced in that I thought the funniest stuff was in the first half of the film, and even though there wasn't as funny stuff in the second half, Radcliffe's performance, like, he dials it way up. He is so good in that second half when his character is losing it. When he's drunk driving, it is one of the most fantastic bits of comedy acting I've seen in a long time. He is incredible in the second half of this movie. He's good in all of it, but the second half, he's beautiful.
Don't worry, Dave. I liked it. I liked it better than these ingrates.
I liked it.
I liked it more, Craig. I liked it more. I I honestly can't remember when I first encountered Ronaldo. So I think I probably stumbled across some of his stuff on like MTV or VH1 when MTV played some music, and it would appeal to me. But his early stuff didn't appeal to me as much. Like I'd seen the video for Eat It, so that was on I think some comedy clip show. I was aware of Like a Surgeon. Um, Everyone seemed to know about Amish Paradise when that came out. That was great. And White and Nerdy. That's
It
what I
is
did,
white and
isn't it?
nerdy.
White and Nerdy.
Yes.
I think that did quite well. In the group of people, I would know who would like puns as much as me. So yeah, I've always been a fan of his stuff. Didn't realize he does a lot of polka, and yet despite that, I still liked a lot of his stuff. His version of Blurred Lines is so much better because it's word crimes, and you get the funky tune without the horrible sleazy video. It's highly recommended to anyone who liked that tune but hated the artist. I thought Weird was very funny throughout. I do appreciate that some bits feel like there were bits done better by Walkhart. I would put the pair of them on a par, and I appreciate what Craig said about the sort of unsupportive parents. I think that is a bit better in Walkhart. But generally, the thing about this is it's building this myth around such silliness. Like just the look on, the faces of his roommates when he's come up with my Bologna. It's just gold. It would be in some musical biopic where like it would be like when they're creating Bohemian Rhapsody or something in the Queen movie. But no, it's him changing the words to My Sharona. And it's brilliant. And when he's challenged at the party and comes up with another one rides the bus, that's just gold as well. So I love it. I love it for that. Like it works so well because it does that thing of everything's heightened, but it's also really just making all of these little gems seem vitally important and creating this wonderful like screen legend for Weird Al, who as the movie points out was sadly gunned down many years ago. So I don't know where the records have been coming from since. I'm glad his estate was well looked after. Radcliffe is definitely a star, and I am also a big fan of him having pretty much seemed to have made the most of his don't need to give a fuck money from Harry Potter and continually not really giving a fuck. So he can try lots of weird and wonderful projects that take his fancy. I've still not watched that one where he was a corpse. I know you guys covered it. I've not got round to it. I'm really sorry.
It's
Masterpiece.
so good.
Yeah,
Swiss Army
wasn't it?
Man.
Yeah.
So good.
I'm sorry. I shall need to do better. This is great, but yeah, that's that supporting cast, and they're all they're all great at just being in on the joke. As Craig said, like Conan O'Brien's is really funny, possibly because he's not the sort of person you would think to cast as Andy Warhol, but also because he's kind of hamming it up a little bit. I give it 50 minutes, like Emo Phillips as Salvador Dali. It's kind of genius. I sort of want a full Salvador Dali movie with Emo Phillips, but in the style of Emo Phillips and the classic stage persona that I knew him in over the years. David Dismalchian is very funny as John Deacon when he appears. But yeah, I could just go through every single person in this and give them love. Evan Rachel Wood does feel like she's just stepped out of an 80s Madonna video. It's very fun and funky turn from her. It's just it's it's really well done in terms of the like committing to the bit all the way through, and then even the office scenes where you get Weird Al as the exec and you get Will Forte as his assistant, like they're gold as well because they're brilliant. And although this is all sort of ridiculous and silly, I don't like those office scenes as vitriolic as they are for comedic purposes. It would feel like the kind of doors he might have had shut on his face for quite a while he was trying to break through. I don't know. I don't know if he just came out, straight away out the gates doing his own thing and everyone loved it, or if people were like, "Well, you've just done that and put silly words to it." But those office scenes certainly feel like they contain the kernels of truth of how others in the music business would view that kind of silliness and frown upon it and not see it as any kind of opportunity for a career. But yeah, it's great. I'd seen it before. I enjoyed rewatching it for this. And yeah, nice one. I can't believe that you thought I was implying this was the one that didn't give me any laughs this week.
I was absolutely shocked. I was
Yeah.
shocked. I mean, because I think it's hilarious.
Is it just me, or every time I see Spencer Treat Clark, do I think he's been temporarily possessed by a demon? Are his eyes like really extra dark?
They're
Almost look like
really extra.
They go full pupil.
Yeah, they're really extra dark.
I don't know if I've seen him in anything where he has been possessed. I just keep then seeing him that way, but
I don't know. But yeah, whenever I see pictures of him, they're really extra dark. I mean, they're
yeah.
You go, the man is he's obviously evil, and I don't judge you for that. That's cool. You do you. I
He
adore
might
this.
not be possessed at the minute, but he is a waiting vessel for the evil force to enter him.
It comes
basically.
and goes. He's like a demonic timeshare.
Yeah.
I adore this movie. It was released, and I think it was made to be released by Roku, which is a streaming. They make streaming box sets, set tops here. But they also have their own service that you get with their streaming plugins. So that's it. Looks like that because it is. It's also co-produced by Funny or Die, because this started as a Funny or Die trailer 12 years before the full film was made, with Aaron Paul as Al, which is also hilarious. I love it. I think it's absolutely well, like I said, it's absolutely hilarious. It's directed by Eric Appel, who has worked on a ton of television comedies. He did Eagle Heart. He directed a lot of episodes of The Office, New Girl, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, The After Party for Apple. He was a writer on the Andy Milonakis show. I think he also wrote for, and this is going to really date all of us if you know who these people are, but Crank Yankers and Human Giant. And I think he was a member of the Upright Citizens Brigade. So he comes from a decent humor pedigree. Yeah, the cast is great. I think it's it does look like a streaming film. It doesn't look like a real movie, but it's good for what it is. Rainn Wilson is fun as Dr. Demento. I enjoyed Toby Huss as Nick Yankovic, Al's dad. Yeah, it's not as good as Walk Hard, but again, it had more limits. And I also like Julianne Nicholson as his mother. I think her
She's a
bits,
hell of an actress. I love her.
yeah, she's great. And the scene with the accordion salesman, just played by Thomas Lennon, just cracks me up. I mean,
To be honest,
it's
I
just,
didn't praise Toby Huss just because I couldn't remember his name. I really enjoyed Toby Huss.
yeah, Toby Huss is great. Here's a random fun fact about Will Forte plays Ben Scotti, one of the two Scotti brothers record execs. Do you know how the Scotti brothers got the money to start their record company?
Nope.
Do you want to guess what Ben did before he became a record executive? He and his brother were both football players in the 1960s. That allowed them to start producing films and records. Scotty played for Washington, Philly, and San Francisco. Isn't that fun?
Yeah, Will Forte, I assume, did not begin his career
No,
in professional football.
I'm guessing Will Forte did not. I believe both he and Mr. Yankovic are far smaller than the actual Scotty brothers were.
Well, I'm assuming that Al is taller than Daniel Radcliffe as well.
Yes. Well, I mean, I'm believe so, but maybe Daniel Radcliffe is taller than he lets us on think. I mean, maybe he's stooping a lot, standing in
Maybe.
pits. He really just wants to play Frodo Baggins, and his whole life has been a sly gaslighting for whatever the next version of The Hobbit is going to be. Yeah, I adore it. Evan Rachel Wood is great. All the cameos are hilarious. I don't remember. Does Andy Samberg show up in it? The other two Lonely Island guys do. They're in the party scene. One is Alice Cooper, and the other is Pee Wee Herman.
I don't remember seeing Andy Samberg.
Anyway, it's great. The cameos are all great. It's hilarious. Everything pays off. Did you guys stay to the mid-credit sequence?
I can't remember now.
I did not.
I want to say yes, but I also can't remember what it is.
Oh, it's another parody. It's a parody of a very famous horror film, and I'm sure you would remember if you saw it.
But
What
no.
a shame. Yeah. So now you guys are gonna have to go look that up.
Yeah.
I love it. I think it is a pitch perfect parody for modern musical biopics. I think it's all of it right. Especially the trip scene and having an older Al narrate who doesn't possibly exist in this timeline. I love everything about it. I adore it. I think it's just gut-bustingly hilarious. And this is what kicked off our journey through Dave's comedy films this summer, because I'm taking Killa to see Weird Al on the 20th. I had miscounted weeks, and I thought, yeah, well, we'll cover Weird on the week I go to see Al, but no,
Ooh,
I
you're still
miscounted.
VIPing?
We are VIPing. We did indulge for the VIP.
Oh, nice.
We went right before I recorded. We were shopping for a new Hawaiian shirt for her. So
yeah, sorry, Linus Fitness Center. We're booting your we're booting your theme tune. Dave's gonna hassle Al Yankovic until he makes us one. I'm sorry, Linus. We do appreciate you.
It's a good one. I adore it, and now I'm going to let Tyler talk to us about Witness, because I defer.
Witness is about a man protecting an Amish boy who is the sole witness to a brutal murder. The detective is forced to seek refuge with their community when his own life is threatened. I think Witness is really good. I went through a period in my childhood where I wanted to watch everything and anything Harrison Ford did because I thought Han Solo was the coolest mother.
But you didn't have a
No, I had a
television
television. Yes, the
or
Amish.
electricity.
This is during Rome Springer. He didn't stay. It wasn't limp. It was Harrison. That's why he stayed.
I thought Han Solo was like the coolest motherfucker on the planet. So I wanted to see everything Harrison Ford was in. I was watching movies that I did not fully
That's fair
understand
enough.
even as a child. Like I was watching Clear and Present Danger as a 5-year-old. I didn't know what the fuck that was, but I had to. I even saw Sabrina theatrically when I was a kid because of Ford. Great movie though. I love Sabrina. I watched that recently. That movie's really good. Um, but yeah, the first time I saw Witness, I was just far too young to fully understand what the fuck was going on. But now I think it's great. It does have the typical like cop police procedural setup, but it goes in such a different direction and becomes this like great exploration of an outsider becoming immersed in the world of Amish culture. It's really good. I mean, the script feels like an old school Hollywood crime thriller storytelling in like the best possible way. Really, really good script here. Uh, it's got some pacing issues. It does move a little slow, and I know that may turn some people off. I didn't really have a problem with the pacing at all, but I can see why someone would. Cinematography is excellent, though, which isn't a surprise. All Peter Weir's stuff looks fantastic. Just Ford is great. Kelly McGinnis is really fucking good. I mean, they just have some sexy ass chemistry together, too. I mean, sex just oozed off the fucking screen every time they were together. Just really good chemistry. Danny Glover is great. Viggo Mortensen is great. I mean, yeah, the movie is really good. It's a really good movie. I still think Truman Show is Peter Weir's best movie. I love the Truman Show, but I would say Witness is like a super super close second. It's a really good crime thriller, just good stuff.
I also really like Witness. I mean, the cast is excellent. So you guys recognize in the final confrontation, there's three guys. You guys recognized who one of them was, right? I of course don't mean Danny Glover or Joseph Summer, but the third guy, Sergeant Leon
Mm,
Fergie Ferguson.
no.
He was in a movie we just covered. He played Jean Rosie
Oh
LaRue
yeah,
in
he was in
Strange
the what's
Brew.
his name? Angus something McLean. Hi.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Angus McInnes. Yeah, he's also in Star Wars. Just throwing that out there. Uh Patty LaPone's solid in her small role. Ford is great. Kelly McGillis. Damn man, Kelly McGillis is awesome. Why didn't she have a better career? I'm not being sarcastic. Why?
She allowed herself to age naturally, which is a crime in Hollywood.
Oh right. Okay,
Yep.
that makes more sense because like I'm gonna say something and folks are gonna roll their eyes at me. But I don't care for Top Gun, but she's really good in it, and she's one of the few on-screen love interests that works well with Cruise over his 40-year career. Made in Heaven is not a great movie, but she's solid in it. She's excellent in Witness, and I think this is like only her second or third film. She's really good in House on Carroll Street with Jeff Daniels and Jessica Tandy, which is one we should watch. That is a Peter Yates neo noir with Mandy Patinkin and Jeff Daniels, and she's excellent in The Accused. I like she is always fantastic, but her career after the '80s just kind of went away. It's a shame because she's great. Lucas Haas gives one of the best child performances in a Hollywood film. Not the best. I can think of a few better ones, but gives a hell of a performance for a little guy. Um, let's see. Joseph Summer is solid. I already said Lucas Haas. Jan Rubles is the older. He's a Czech Canadian singer, actually, but he's the older Lap. The uh, Eli, I think is the character's name. He is excellent. Alexander Goodnov is really good. Viggo Mortensen is there. I don't remember if he actually says anything. He just smiles at Ford a lot, which I mean, reasonable. Who wouldn't? But yeah, it's a solid. Uh, it's a solid thriller that then has a quiet, romance drama thrown into the middle of it that is also really solid. I don't quite understand this group of Amish, because the Amish actually swing a really wide variety. There's those that are, no electricity, no buttons, buttons are too lavish for them. And then there's those that like use power tools and drive diesel trucks, and I mean, it's a big net. Both Amish and various Mennonite communities. I do know there's a difference between them. Thank you very much. So, I don't quite understand where these guys are supposed to fall, but it is, as far as I know, it's one of the first mainstream acknowledgments of them. And it's a good one. A lot of other small groups have come off much worse on their first go around. I do wish movies would get the distance between Baltimore and Philadelphia right. They keep acting like it's a hell of a trip, but like you could walk it in the amount of time Harrison Ford just keeps them, hanging around. It's only like an hour and 20 minutes by car if you're going slow. But whatever, it's a good one. That's me.
Okay. Yeah, I have a relationship with this film because I only watch it about once every 10 years, 8 years, whatever, something like that, because I have a fixed idea in my head of what this is. I feel like it's like just a kind of Sunday afternoon bit of mum porn, like The Bodyguard or anything Patrick Swayze did. It's just for like, horny mums, basically. And I'll every now and every like 10 years or so, get the urge to watch it, and then it'll start and the credits will roll. I'll be like, oh fuck, this is a Peter Weir film. This is not just going to be like, mum porn, and it's not. It's a fucking great movie. There's so much to admire about this film. It is great. The blocking's great. Like Weir's really great at capturing nature, and also capturing things, elements that are either at or with that nature. That's just a skill he's got. That he puts to work here. I think the pacing's actually perfect. I'd have to disagree with Tyler here. I think it's got this really propulsive opening and closing, but this midsection, you would expect it to slow down. You expect the pacing to be hurt right there, but it's not. It's kind of like the score. You've got this really nice ambient synth score in this, which I love. It's kind of like ambient filmmaking in the middle of the film. It's just so gently absorbed that it pulls you right the way in, and you pay no attention to the minutes passing. Time just fucking flies midsection. It's really, really well done. I love the performances. Like Hass, he's adorable, but he's also just a really naturalistic performer at such a young age. It's crazy. Glover and Sommer, very odious villain. Jan Reeves and Alexander Godunov, they're really good. Like, one thing I like about this film is there are elements in this film that other films would use lazily as narrative roadblocks, but characters like Reeves and Godunov's characters, they're not narrative roadblocks. They're all, everything in here serves that purpose. It is all really to the story and fits perfectly. It's kind of essential, and that's really smart writing. Like I like all of this stuff, but I think the film rests on Ford and McGillis, and if you read this screenplay, which is great, there's some great dialogue. It's like I said, the way it's set up is really, really strong. But if you were to look at the relationship in the scripts on its own, you'd probably say there's not enough on the page to sell this relationship. It's not there. And if you try to sell it with what is there, it's just going to come off as cheap and lazy, unless the chemistry is right. And I don't know if the chemistry has ever been more right. Like Ford and McGillis' chemistry is fucking outstanding in this film. It's the gold standard of chemistry. Like, there might be people on the same level. Anyone that's ever had better stronger chemistry than those two in the film. Like my wife is a fan of K dramas and romantic K dramas, and nobody fucks in K dramas. Kiss an episode of 20 episodes. Basically, it's more like people just accidentally just giving each other long yearning looks, and maybe their hands accidentally touch while my wife is like, oh my god, the hands touched. Like, I've never really understood this film, and there's so much communicated dialogue. It is just so much silent. Yeah, I was just I've just spent the whole thing with my hand on my. Come on, just so invested in that relationship because their chemistry was just fucking wild, and it just made me wish that I don't feel like movies cast for chemistry anymore, and it's fucking ridiculous. They just pick any two momentarily popular actors and just throw them together. Like, you've got to cast for chemistry because that's what makes Witness, which is great in a lot of different ways, makes fucking sing. It's just, it's fantastic. It fucking the burgeoning desire, the characters' internal conflicts. It's all there in these little looks and these little moments, and it burns like Tyler's pee. Is that fucking hot? I just got like, honestly, maybe it is a little bit of a, because I felt like somebody's middle-aged mum sitting around watching on the sun, getting damp. Just, yeah, really good chemistry, and it's just really good. But yeah, I love Harrison Ford, man. Every time I watch Harrison, it seems like a stupid thing to say because he is wildly famous and has been some of the most successful ever. I still feel that to a degree, Harrison Ford is a little underrated as an actor, because I don't think he has ever failed to have this sort of chemistry with another actress. I think every single thing he needs to have chemistry with another person on screen, he has got it at a 10. Like, he is the chemistry wizard. And yeah, he nailed it in this one. So yeah, it's really good. Thanks, Kevin. I'll now remember that I really like this film. I won't just come back to it in 10 years. I'll come back to it sooner because it's it's beautiful.
Unlike Craig, I don't watch this every 5 to 10 years. I probably haven't watched this since I watched it on VHS. But kind of for the same reasons. I think of it as being, it's a comfortable, cozy film. It's not one I need to rush to rewatch because of it being a great film. And then I bought the recent re-release of it on Blu-ray, and it's sitting there looking at me, and I'm like, well, actually, maybe Witness is a great film because there's a reason I wanted to buy it and a reason I wanted to rewatch it, and it turns out it is. I'm a big fan of Witness, and if you'll indulge me, I said to you guys before, so many people are always rushing to go on about the sort of films that wouldn't get made nowadays. And they go about Blazing Saddles, or they go on about Porky's, or they say, Soul Man, or whatever. Witness is kind of more like the epitome of the films that they don't make these days because of choices. Because of what I was saying earlier as well about leading ladies. Like, you praised Kelly McGillis, and I agree. And she has a beauty, but she has a natural beauty about her. And obviously they try and mute it slightly and have her as an Amish woman, but you're looking at it being like, she's still Kelly McGillis. So a beautiful woman. So you have that. You have essentially these adult characters in the middle of the plot. I know it revolves around the child who's witnessed the singing Lucas has is brilliant, but it's not a film that gives us too many scenes sticking with his point of view, apart from the most important moment, which is really well done. It sticks with the leads. It keeps things going, and it lets things play out. As Craig was saying about the pacing, and I agree with him there as well. I don't mind the pacing, the way it unfolds. If they tried to make this nowadays, or if they did remake it nowadays, you would get. I mean, they would have to reduce the age of the leads because everyone would just seem too old. That's it. And every other scene would be some jokey joke about the clash with the Amish. Like, this obviously has the culture clash element, but it's never really, you know.
You would also have Amish Sydney Sweeney
Mm.
for Tyler.
Yeah, which, I mean, he's
Oh,
waiting for
I
that
am.
remake. But it's Tyler sitting there like churning the butter.
So true.
It's would when people complain about like Marvel movies now adding these comedic lines that undermine everything or undercut what's going before. That happens a lot with the action movies and the thrillers as well now, and I feel like Witness would be that. And it's not as if Witness is a straightforward like pole-faced film. There is some humor in it, but it's humor that's mainly from Harrison Ford being a little out of sorts, and him having to wear a suit that doesn't quite fit him, and he looks quite funny in. But then, there's a montage here where he looks quite happy, showing his craft of carpentry on screen.
Oh, yeah.
You would not get that in another version of this. You would have the guy grumbling and basically helping to put the barn up by shooting at the timbers. That's what you get in a modern version. It's really well done. There is a gentle humour that comes from the character interactions. As Craig was saying about the heat, I think it's fantastic with that moment with the song, the Sam Cooke song. I forget the name of it. It's not also called Wonderful World, is it?
Can't remember.
Don't know much about history. Yeah, that one. Anyway.
No, that's oh crap! What the fuck is the name of that song?
It might be Wonderful World because it's what a wonderful world this will be. Maybe. Anyway,
It is Wonderful World. Yeah, it is.
That's such a great scene, such a lovely scene, and has like the real chemistry between those. Unfortunately, there have been times where Harrison Ford hasn't had chemistry with a couple of leads. I'll leave you to discover those in due course, Craig. But
Okay.
don't rush to go through his full filmography. But I agree. Overall, he tends to have good chemistry. His co-stars tend to have good chemistry with him, and this is a great one with Ford and McGillis. I think the baddies are good, believably bad villains. I think as predictable as the plotting is, it's really well done, particularly because the Amish community that he then goes to is it's almost like hiding in plain sight because of the numbers of the communities around and how common some of the names are. But I think it's great. I think this is definitely up there with. I mean, Peter Weir's done a number of great films, and yeah, this is definitely up there with the best of them. I love the Truman Show as well, Tyler, but I think this is definitely more in line with I don't know, the score, and in a way it's almost like right between his more standard stuff and then going way back to Picnic at Hanging Rock. With it, it's people that feel that they've got their own little pocket of time that they're having, and the way Weir sort of shows those characters enjoying that moment, often untouched by the real world. And it's a great moment when the real world does impinge on things, and that's that's a real cinematically satisfying moment, I think, when Ford is with the gang, and there are some punks around the carts, but I just think that it's always like Weir, because he doesn't mock or mistreat these characters. He really effectively conveys why they enjoy the way of life they've chosen. And I don't know about you guys, but I never watched this film thinking, oh, those wacky Amish, and they're just stuck out there. Like once you settle into their environment, you're just like, all right, they're actually having quite a nice time being out of the way of the world where murders have just been happening and shit's going down. Like, yeah, you have that fresh lemonade and build the barn. That's absolutely wonderful. So I'm glad I might start to make it a more frequent revisit for this one, because thankfully it did hold up as well as I hoped it would.
Nice. Here's a fun fact about me. Two actually. I like to think of this movie as a prequel to both Die Hard and Eastern Promises. Both brought sin
Right,
to the Amish, and they just ran with it. Two, I have more Weird Al references in my notes to Witness than I do to Weird the Al Yankovic Story. Just so you know. It's time to pick one, and it's fucking Witness, because Witness is really fucking good. I love Weird the Al Yankovic Story. Don't get me wrong; it is hilarious, and everyone should go see it. But if I have to pick one, it's Witness. I'm not happy
Yes,
about
that
it. It's just
a horny
reality.
Witness.
Yep, Witness.
Oh, didn't expect to sweep. I would say I also really like Weird a lot, but Witness for me, particularly in this viewing, represents the kind of. I think you do still occasionally find them, but it represents an approach to filmmaking that I think is getting a lot harder to find as people aim for sort of, faster pacing, quicker cuts, more humor through things, and generally younger cast members. So for all those reasons, I tend to appreciate Witness more as I have grown up with it.
Next week, it's Craig and Tyler giving us their picks. So what do you got for us, guys?
I have you missed me, guys?
Always.
Missed me while I've been gone?
We always, yeah.
Aww.
It depends on the pick that's coming.
I mean,
I'm not
Kevin's
gonna
a bit
rush in
hard
there.
but me and T are easy.
Yay. Well, I'm going with the 1975 psychotronic children's adventure movie, The Rare Blue Apes of Cannibal Island.
Wait, what? Say that again?
The Rare Blue Apes of Cannibal Island.
Rare Blue Apes of Cannibal Island.
I don't know if I love you anymore, but
Look, guys, I mentioned letting Bot Craig have a pick, all right? And he's voted against it, and now look where we are.
No, I said I would write the dev and ask them, and I haven't yet. I will do that
The
this week.
Rare Blue Apes
Of Cannibal Island. It'll be an experience.
It will definitely be an experience. And
A boy runs away from home with his duck, Mr. Quack Quack. That's the first thing that comes up on IMDb, Craig.
Well, now I'm excited. I've always wanted to run away with my duck, Mr. Quack Quack.
Children's films in the 1970s were fucked up and just nightmare fuel, which is really hoping for here.
And my other duck, Jean-Luc Mallard. I'm sorry. T,
You
what's
got to get
your
a duck
pick?
now.
I might.
Well, my pick will be of no surprise. We're watching a coming of age movie about two teenage runaways who hook up with some troublemaking skateboarders. Little Birds from 2011.
Okay.
Did you notice how he put the heavy inflection on coming?
Coming of age. It's got
Of
Juno
age.
Temple in there, so there will be some coming. But that's just it's just how it is. Juno Temple is
That's just
amazing.
you. Well, for that bit of knowledge, you can give people the business and get them out of here quick because they need to scrub their brain
We're
from
on
that.
Instagram, Raiders_of_the_podcast. We're on Facebook, where I did not remember to post anything on Wednesday this week. We have a YouTube channel where you can like, subscribe, and comment and watch Kevin's awesome videos weekly. We have a Discord. We have a Blue Sky. You can follow my Amish OnlyFans, Ishmael Hosley, the Fappin' Wagon Boy. And you can always email us at raidersofthepodcast@gmail.com.
Oh shit.
Yay!
Wagon boy. Thanks for listening. Thanks for joining me, guys. Thanks for the theme, Linus.
Oh,
You'll hear a
yes.
bit of
Thank
it
you.
right about now.
Woo.
I'll talk to you next week.
See ya.
See ya.
Bye.